devotees, Sitaram, Jai Shri Krishna. Would like to welcome you. We are on session 13 and today is the 18th of February. A beautiful day. Of course, it's stormy outside, but today it's a very special event for all of us because it would transform our life in many ways. And in your mind, you may be questioning, how can my life be transformed? I've made this life journey. I may be 25 years, I may be 55, I may be 65, I may be 70, I may be 75. But we have always defined life as a journey. Excuse me. And this journey is always meant to have been a happy and a fulfilling journey. And one thing that impacts your life's journey more than anything else is what we call your spoken word. No one told us this, but we now know that words have power. Subconsciously, we use words to bring people under our influence and under our control, and by the same token, we are influenced by words. In this context, all words are what we call mantras because all words have power. Innate power and very, very great power. As there is a saying, words can stab a heart much more sharper than a metal. And this is the effect of words. But words need not use in that way because our words are mantra because they have power. And when we choose our words carefully, our life transforms. We are no longer what we call an ordinary person, but instead we recognize, as you can see on screen, that we are all not, and this is the operative word, not human beings having a spiritual experience, but we are spiritual beings having a human experience. And this is the concept of which all our dharma is based on. When we go back to the Vedas, when we go back to the Mahabharata, when we come forward to the Bhagavad Gita and to the Ramcharitmanas, it's all about having this body as a home to our divine spirit or our Atma, as a home to our divinity. But the Atma requires this physical attachment to experience to what we call the modes of life or the gunas. So in our previous discussion, I think 2 sessions back, we defined what was tamasic nature or tamogund, and what was rajasic nature, and what was sattvic nature. So being of sattvic nature is what all of us are aiming for. And today, when we get in today's word or today's mantra, is to how you to overnight transcend from where you are to where you want to be. You want to have this feeling of calmness and bliss that we call moksha. So let us start of choosing the word on a day-to-day basis, because we are saying Every word is a mantra. And remember that mantras can be used for benevolence, or mantras can be used for malevolence, which means, like Ravan, he had the greatest command of word by just reciting one word, Shivaya, 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 millions and millions and millions of times. He empowered himself with the power of Bhagwan Shiva. Another example, just to show you how one word gives you immense power, is Maharishi Valmiki. Very great Rishi. As a result of him, today we are able to experience the beauty and the consciousness of Sri Ram. So, what is the story of Maharishi Valmiki? One word, Rama, 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 Rama. There is a story being told that because he was what we call a Daku, or a robber by nature, he could not remember the instructions given to him. So what happened? He decided to, instead of saying Rama, he said the word backwards, which means is just, instead of Rama, Rama, he said Amra, Amra. So, but the intention was Rama, and therefore he got the blessings of being able to bring the Katha of Sri Ram to us. So your word would have the greatest impact in all areas of your life. The very words you speak and think are your personal vehicle on your journey to happiness. And this is such nice, how often have you not said, gosh, I wish if I had not said this word, I should have kept my lips closed. And this means is that because your muscles of using wrong words are so strong that it has become a habit. And what this session wants to bring on to us, that we need to strengthen the muscle that changes the type of words that we use from one that will create things that you do not want in your life to one that will bring you everything that you have been aspiring to. So it will bring you success on all forms of achievement. Your words program both your destination and the speed at which you get there. And this is so important for today's word, which we will come, because using the word which we will introduce you to has the power to take you faster than even a thought. In our previous sessions, we went to great depth to explain how words work at an atomic level, changing the structure of your cell right down to the nuclear level. Having this power and this awareness should bring instant changes in the way you use words and your continual use of these powerful words that we call mantras. Each one of us, I dare say, can have or will have your own words that you feel comfortable. Your mantra can be positive, full of growth and opportunities. And it can be negative, that make you be a person that you dislike the most, your own self. Words change what we call your DNA sequence by recreating your future and creating possibilities that allow you to take control of your own destiny. Your mantra and your thoughts behind your mantra build 100% shape your very character and your place in the world. that we live in. So if we come back to each and every one of us, like when we pray, when we have a puja, when we go to the temple to pray, or whenever you sit down to pray, you're praying because you want changes in your life, or if your life is comfortable, you want to maintain what you have so prayed hardly to get. And this is the essence of these prayers. What mantra shall we start, or shall we start our day with? Each devotee will have their own sequence of mantra that are compatible with our own innate nature, your family background, your religious background, and within your own religious background, you're leaning towards the personal form of the Creator or the impersonal form of the creative energy that underlies this creation. So this is what real prayer is getting us to now, is that it is to hold on to or to link the creative power that underlies our inner being and the whole creation on the outside. So if you were to say, well, look, what will be my prayer at the beginning of the day? You might be from a family, let's say, of Shiva devotees. So you will start your day as you should by first addressing Bhagwan Ganapati Adideva. Or then you may open your hands like this and you will say, Karagre Vasate Lakshmi, Karmadye Saraswati, Karmule Sthite Gauri, Prabhate Karadarshanam. So right at the beginning of the day, you set your stall out that I want my life to be full of Lakshmima or prosperity. Today, I want to be able to use my intellectual powers to such an extent that it brings happiness and control to my life. So that the Madhya is Mata Saraswati, and foremost at the mole or at the base of our hands, we want this to be blessed by the powers of Shakti, Mata Gauri, Mata Parvati, that gives us the power and the balance and the earth grounding to do all the things we wanted to do. So that is the mantra, or among the mantras you will start your day. Of course, before that, let us say from whatever background you come from, before you start your normal prayers, you will purify your body by using the Achman mantra. Om Amrito Pastar Namasi Swaha, Amrita Pidhanamasi Swaha, Satyam Yashashri Maheshri Shrayatam Swaha. And we give thanks to that Supreme Lord then to bless each and every one of us and bless all of you with the beautiful organs that He has given you so that you can make your journey to spirituality, or you can make your journey to moksha, one that is free from all ailments, illnesses, and is filled with happiness. So we said for those who has traveled the journey so far, your experience now would have set you free from judgments of other individual and what they do, or judgments from other social interactions and what that group does. The emphasis is strictly on your, is strictly on your self-development. So the moment you realize that your life is about you, then you dismiss anyone who is not in synchrony with your life. Many of us have experienced days of sadness because of insults, thrown on us. But once we begin to get strong, the insulter would find that he or she or it can only in the end insult their own self. Their ears is hearing louder and clearer what is coming out of their mouth. And why should you then suffer what is coming out of someone else's mouth? The essence of what we are doing here is that you strengthen yourself, that you be the greatest judge of your own self. Coming back again, the emphasis is strictly on your self-development, reminding us of the fact that we are spiritual beings inhabiting a human body. As I said in this beautiful slide in front of us, let us remind who we really are. We are not human beings having a spiritual experience, but we are spiritual beings having a human experience. And this is the fundamental of the teachings of all of the great scriptures. And it's difficult sometimes for us to grasp because we are very materialistic in nature and we cannot see beyond the material body. We tend to think that it is this body that makes the heart beat. It is this body that makes the brains think. It is this body that makes the eyes see and the tongue taste. But once we sit down with clear mind and we say, well, hold on. This body is just a physical element that will be laid to rest one day. So this body can't be the real thing. The real thing is the divinity inside of you or your Atma inside of you. And how then do we get the best of the Atma? What is the sadhana we have to do? What is the bhakti we have to do? In this context, sadhana means is that what actions we have to do. And in this case, sadhana, we tend to associate it only with puja and devotion. But sadhana means all forms of activities that are devoted to the spiritual entity that resides within you, or all activities that you do that strengthens your character. And therefore, in moving forward in your life, the most important question that you will always have to ask yourself is this question: is what I am doing good for me? Whether it's what you eat, whether it's, you want to look at the TV soap as opposed to reading a book, whether you want to go and have a drink instead of not going for a drink, whether you want to choose for a young child or a young girl, is this person who I'm going to have a relationship with good for me? Or is that person going to be good for me in 10 years' time? So this is what the sadhana makes you question, that what is what I am doing good for me? It's a selfless question, but remember, this journey is your journey. Mata, Pita, Sutta, Bando, Nari, Sabado Dinakamir. It teaches us that this journey may have many people around you, but no one can accompany you on your full journey in life. We have, as an individual soul, we travel alone, right? And when this time comes for you to leave this mortal coil, you're going to take a selfish decision. At that moment, you will strip yourself of all attachments because you want to move on to your new house or you want to move on to your new form. So let us go back again. We are not human beings having a spiritual experience. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. So after today and taking tomorrow, it would be nice if you can reassess your life in terms of your decisions. Is it really good for me? If some person is not good for you, then you do not have them as a friend. If every time you eat the food you get an allergy, it might be, let us say, ice cream, or it might be rasmalai or some sweet, but it will spike your blood sugar, it will damage your blood vessel, and it will do all the wrongs. So this question alone is what I'm going to do, what I'm going to eat, what I'm going to think. Is it good for my spiritual development? Is it good for me? If it's yes, you do it. And if it is no, then of course you know the right answer. And again, we remind ourselves that being alive means we have a body, a soul, and an atma. So we cannot think that whenever we do something, it's only good for the body. And this comes, for example, let us say you have an addiction, and I trust that no one on our screen today have an addiction. But let us say you have an addiction to an unmentionable drug, or you're a smoker, or someone who is a drinker. Well, that is not good for the soul, it's not good for the spirit, it's not good for the body. It just happens that when you are on this road, whatever is good for one end up being good for all. So this matters the words that we speak, the company that we have, the society we are part of, and the people that we interact with. They must be good for your body, for your soul, and for your spirit. In colloquial Hindi, we have a term called janjat. It means they create so much disturbance in my life every time I see them. You do not want such people, so they are not good for you. And let us come today that today our main focus is on this name, Rama. The name Rama, or my heart says Sri Ram, this name was there even before Treta Yuga, even before Sri Ram, the personal form of the Lord, walked on this earth. This name Rama was in the mouth of all of the great rishis and Mahayoga, because they recognized that it was a secret. It was a very powerful weapon for spiritual war. It was a very powerful weapon that would enable you to aim at any target in life and reach it quicker than a thought. And that is why we all should be extremely pleased to be born in what we call in an environment where we have these secrets available to us. In what we are doing, this mantra is not what we will call a Hindu mantra, because Hindu is a new word. Probably it's less than 250 years old. This word or these mantras are universal mantra, and if you look across the globe, across the world, all of the kings, whether they were kings of Egypt, they were kings of Ethiopia, they were kings of what we call Arabstan, they were kings of ancient Persia, they were kings of Ceylon, whether they were kings of Burma, whether they were kings of Thailand, they all had the name Ra or Rama. So Ram and Rama was a name always associated with divinity, with conquest, with rulership, but not the conquest of physical conquest, but of conquest of our ego. So many times we go to our what we call satsangs and we chant the name of Ram, but for some reason it's going to finish in 3 minutes or 4 minutes, so you do not see what you can get out of this name, because we did not have an insight of what the name Rama really means. Unlike all of our Sanskrit words, Every what we call word, each individual letter is also a mantra. So Shri, the name which we will go, or the mantra which we will do today, is Shri Ram, Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Ram. And why this combination of words can transform your life, and we will do it in nice songs and mantra before the session ends. So Shri, S-R-I, pronounce when we sing it in Shri, S-H-R-E-E, is the name of Lakshmi. Shri is that goddess or that power or that sound that brings good fortune onto us. So when we say Shri Ram, we are saying Shakti, right, is combined with Rama to bring us something that brings us happiness, prosperity, and protection. So when you mention the name of Rama now, it means is that you're mentioning one that gives supreme delight and love. And this is such important message for us to know, that when we are singing Ramayana or when we are singing Rama bhajans, we want to ensure that we draw into ourselves all of our innate love, that the hair on your body exudes love and affection. And with love and affection, the endorphins flow in your body. It would remove all forms of illness and diseases from you. This beautiful name of Rama. Shri is the name of Shakti. Shri means supreme delight and love. Who is the happiest person in the world? He is nothing but Bhagwan or God. That person who personifies the character of Shri is the Lord Rama. So what we are saying is that all of us is a form of the Creator. And when we start, or when we can begin to start, to want to be a delight of the world, which is what the Lord is, which is what you in your own divinity is. You are a delight of the world. You are a form of Bhagwan, or you're a form of God, albeit a little form, like, the drop of water. And the big, ginormous ocean have the same chemical properties. But you cannot create what we call a tsunami, whereas the ocean can. It's the same thing. Bhagwan can change the world just by thinking. We cannot. We can just move the cups on our table. But let's go back to the word Ra that makes up this word Rama. The term Ra of Rama, just R-A, when you utter the word Ra, it will continually expand. So Ra has what we call the potency of expansion, of growth, of moving very, very quickly. So in this context, Rama, whatever your wishes are, if that wish is so deep and that desire is so intent, by powering that desire with the name of Rama, you can be assured that your desire will be fulfilled. Ra, when you utter the word Ra, it will continually expand. Like the mantra Om, it will expand to the greatest distance. If you have an intention, then it can travel to any amount of distance with the help of Rama. And here we are saying that with the use of the word Rama, or the power of this mantra, because we said at the beginning, words, if I go back right at the beginning for those who joined late, words have power. And this word Rama is the most powerful of all the words you will ever use in your mouth. Only now that when you use this word Rama, your life will change. Because It is the greatest and greatest and the greatest of all the prayers you will ever mention. Many of the prayers that we call praise is what we call addressing the qualities of the Lord, describing the Lord's beautiful nature. But here we are using words to give us power. Now, the danger with this is that you can become extremely powerful, but we must not be like Ravan, that when we are blessed with the power, then you use that power for all the wrong purposes. Then, of course, just like how Ravan's power was taken away by Sri Ram, the universe itself will take away your power if you do not use it for the purposes of love and devotion. Coming back again to words, let us be very caring in our use of words. Let us not try to use words of harsh tone. So the moment you are starting to speak loud as you're getting into an argument with someone, you question, is what you're doing or saying good for you? Your answer would always be, those things that you're doing that gives you a higher heartbeat and a fuzzy brains is not good for you, because they're not Rama like words. So let us go. So we said Ram gives power. Ram is related to also Rudra, the energy of this universe, or the energy of Bhagwan Shiva as well. So it's a combination words. And the Ma. When the word Ma is added to Ra, it means it's shining like the sun. So Rama means is that what you are saying becomes as powerful and as energetic as the sun. Like the sun is brighter, this mantra is a bright and light-filled mantra. The word Ra is inscribed in each of the arrow used by Sri Ram. Now, you will question, okay, that is the Sri Ram, and you may be thinking that that is the Sri Ram of Treta Yuga. But here we are talking about Sri Ram or Rama of today. And which Ram are we talking to? Well, then, just take you as wonderful devotees to the Ram that we are all referring to, and the Ram that resides in your heart as you're participating in this satsang today. Pavanatanai Sankata Haran Mangalamuratirup Ram Lakana Sita Sahita Hirdaye Vasahusurabhum. Devotees, here it is very, very clearly stated that Rama resides within you. So therefore, whatever you're doing is directly and indirectly being done by the divinity within you. Today, I'm saying that Sri Rama is the divinity within you. But if you're a Vaishnava Bhakt, you will say that Bhagwan Shri Krishna is the divinity within you. If you're a Bhagwan Shiva Bhakta, you will say Bhagwan Shankar is the divinity within you. If you do not want to mention the personal name of the Lord, then you will want to say that the divinity or Ishwar or Omkar resides within me, controlling the winks of my eyes, controlling the movement of my lips and my tongue, controlling the movement of the hair on my body. The concept is the same, that the name of Rama, and this is why the name of Rama is so powerful, because Krishna has a separate name and Bhagwan Shiva has a separate name, but only Rama name is constructed. And words are different. Like, open sesame, open the door to the cave. No other word would have done that. If you had said, open banana, open mango, open Coca-Cola, the doors would not have opened. Yeah, the specific word to open that door was open sesame. Or magician used, abracadabra, an old Hebrew word, that is very powerful in opening what we call channels of communication. But all words are different. And it is for this reason that we have decided to show you the power of your word and how using this word. There are millions of other words, but they are not the word Rama. So let us continue with our meaning of Rama and Jaya. So the term Ja, the first part of Ya, any mental and physical suffering can be removed by this word. And Ya means renewal or revival. And in normal language, you will say Jaya means victory. For when you have no more physical or mental suffering, and when you are feeling, full of strength, then of course you have been victorious in your journey of life. And what we are saying, when you put Om Shri, all wealth will come to you, material wealth and spiritual wealth. Then when you put Rama, then your desires will be propelled to be fulfilled, and no form of mental suffering or mental suffering can afflict you, and all forms of renewal will be there. And a commentary on this mantra: chant this mantra, whatever suffering you may undergo, both mentally and physically, and you will come out of it. When you chant this mantra, visualize that Sri Hanumanji is standing as tall as the sky and chanting along with you. Imagine how much more powerful the chanting will become. And let us now go back to the power of this mantra. In Hanuman Chalisa, and you can chant these few lines with me. Om Tumaro mantra vibhishana mana, Lankeshwar bhai sab jag jana. Again. Tumharo mantra vibhishana mana, Lankeshwar bhai sab jag jana. Tumharo mantra vibhishana mana, Lankeshwar bhai sab jag jana. So if you can repeat it. Tumharo mantra vibhishana mana, Lankeshwar bhai sab jag jana. Devotees, what mantra did Bajrangabali Hanumanji gave to Vibhishan to make him become the king of Lanka? Lankeshwar, the king of Lanka. And we are not talking about any ordinary kingdom. We are talking about the richest, the most beautiful, and the most celestial kingdom in the universe. And this is what is within your grasp today, that the most beautiful kingdom in the world, the most celestial kingdom in the world is within your reach with the chanting of Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. And we will chant it for a few minutes later. But let us understand again that you can hold on to this, and as you need not hold on to any other mantras. Rama is a song that ignites and sustains the inner fire that resides in our what we call the Manipur chakra or the solar plexus, which burns away all physical, mental, and spiritual impurities. When Shri, pronounced Shri, as the Kundalini Shakti resides in the Mooladhara or root chakra, representing the earth element. In simple terms, devotees, Rama is the sound. Remember what we saying is the sound is frequency. It's a frequency, and frequency creates energy. Energy creates light. Energy creates heat. So this name of Sri Ram virtually ignites the life within us. But not only that, the Rama, the sound or the frequency or the power, sustains our life force forever from life to life, and it burns away all of the physical, mental, and spiritual impurities and helps us to achieve our goal in life. Our goal in life is fourfold: dharma, artha, kama, and moksha. So all of these you would have. You would have good living or righteous living. You would have immense wealth, because both material wealth and physical and spiritual wealth. But most important, you will enjoy. You would have good karma. You would enjoy all of the beatitude of life. Sometimes when we use karma, we only think of physical relationship. But this is not about that. It may be that as well, if that is what you want. But the karma that we are talking about is that when you enjoy your own self, when you are proud of the peace that you feel within you, because you have that beautiful spiritual Shakti or energy that is churning inside of you, burning away all of your ailments. And this is what the name of Rama, the name, one moment. This name or this word, songs, is akin, alike, comparable to the greatest name that was used by the saints. And we have to give, credibility to Maharishi or Brahma Rishi Vashisht. We have to give credibility to Brahma Rishi Vishwamitra, both of whom chanted this name to get their greatness. And the name is further defined in this beautiful mantra. Let us recite it together, and it will be very nice. One moment. Om. If I make it a bit big. Om. Om. Ram, Ram, Rameti, Rame, Rame, Manorame. Let's do it twice, and I'll just say it. Om, Rama, Rama, Rameti, Rame, Rame, Manorame, Sahasra Nama, Tattulyam, Rama, Nama, Varanane. So if we do the whole mantra, Rama, Rama, Rameti, together, Rama, Rama, Rameti, Rame, Rame, Manorame, Sahasra Nama, Tattulyam, Rama, Nama, Varanane. Devotees, it's a beautiful, we will do the whole mantra now. Om Rama, Rama, Rameti, Rame, Rame, Manorame, Sahasranama Tattulyam, Rama Nama Varanane. Let's read the meaning together. By meditating on Rama, 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 my mind gets absorbed in the divine consciousness of Rama, which is transcendental. The name of Rama is as great as 1,000 names of God. And this mantra comes from the Vishnu Sahasranama, which means it's a whole series of 1,000 names of Bhagwan Vishnu that many devotees and scholars recite. But Rama is a god of the ordinary man. Rama is for that soul who lives without access to books, can't read, can't write, but knows how to hear and how to talk. So Sri Rama is available to everybody. Color, caste, race, creed, continent, countries, no limitation. Anyone who makes this sound, whether you know it's Rama's name or not, will have the power of the mantra. So this is the key. The mantra only responds to the chanting. The mantra responds to nothing else. So if you were to give a child, let us say, instead of saying mommy or mama, papa, teach the child to say Rama, Rama from the first word that child can talk. As the child grows up, the soul or the atma of that child would respond only to the chanting of the name of Rama. And it's 100% that that child would grow up with full effulgence, with full joy. But that child would bring happiness to the home, because wherever that child is, Shri or Devi Jagadambe Mata will be present. So what are the effects of chanting this beautiful mantra? The Sri Ram or Rama's name is subtle, and this is the science now which has been measured literally in a lab. What happens when you chant the name of Sri Ram? The subtle frictions produced with the constant chanting of Sri Ram mantra, the sympathetic and the parasympathetic nervous system gets activated. And I had to mention this. There's a big nerve, or a series of 12 nerves that goes from our brain. So all parts of this body begin to vibrate. And that is why we say this name or these mantras changes you at a very molecular level. There are 12 cranial nerves in the top of the body. They come in pairs and help link the brain with the other areas of the body, such as the head, the neck, and the torso. And this is what we say, if you're going to pray, you do not only want the prayer to benefit just one part of the body, because it's not the nature of the mantras. The mantra recognizes the tripartite nature of you being body, mind, and soul. So let us have a look at this, and it's a beautiful diagram. It shows you what happens in the various ways when you chant this mantra, how you become a completely different person, and where the changes go when you chant mantra. As you can see, it goes to the mouth, the vocal cords, it goes to all the parts of the body, it goes to the mind, it goes to the chest, it goes to the lungs, it goes to the heart, it goes to the intestine. It goes to every single area of your body. And that's you. If you know, it's a nice picture to visualize how intricate this beautiful gift that you have been given of this opportunity to live a life of divinity. And this is what you've been given to. But also, the Maker did not send you without what we call a manual. You know, in the olden days when you bought a car, you would have got a car manual. Nowadays, you have the same manual, it's online. Devotees, when Bhagwan sent us into this world, he did give us a manual as how to live a good life. And that manual are in the books, but also from the teachings of our Rishi. And as we said again, the word or this mantra that we are doing, Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, unleashes a phenomenal amount of energy. And many of you will be doing many things during the day, and you will be involved in lots of meditation classes and lots of other mantras you might be reciting. But what the science teaches us is that you may do many things, but hold on to one mantra, because the benefits of the mantra only come from the number of time you recite it with devotion. We, or many of us from our background, would want to recite so many mantras, but of the many mantras, none sticks. Because the focus is not on the energy produced by the mantra, But in reciting the mantras and finish the process very quickly, you do your mantra, you do your arti, you offer some flowers, and then you go quickly. But what this is saying, focus on the mantra. Give this mantra the chance to work with you. Not you work with the mantra. Give the mantra, you give yourself the opportunity of this mantra working with you. And what is the significance of this mantra? Sri Ram or Ram Nama balances both sides of the brain. The effects of chanting this mantra is combined from the recharge of the whole body. All toxins, blockages, and impurities are removed, and self-awareness becomes active. Devotees, all of the structures that we as a family or as a unit that was given to us, we are gradually throwing them away. From the previous generations, 2 or 3 generations ago, parents will sit down and chant with their children. They would read the scriptures with their children. They would read the Ramayana with these children. But from this age that we are on, the parents are the first to give their children a smartphone or a tablet to babysit their child. There is no interaction. And then we're going to be surprised at what we call the problems which we have given our children by being bad parents. All what I'm saying, we can regain a little bit. It doesn't matter what stage you are in your life. Sit down with your friend when they come home, and rather than talk or gossip or discuss things which are not good for you, sit down in satsang. Say, I'm inviting you over to do chanting of Sri Ram name. You offer your flowers and you light your deepa, and then you sit down and you chant Sri Ram, Jai Ram, and you can do it 1,000 times. It will be so beneficial. Or just chant it for 1 hour in a satsang with your friend, your family, or your children. It's an opportunity that you should not miss. And how to chant this mantra? So now you chant it. The beautiful thing about Sri Rama's name, there is no strict way. But let us say, if you want to get the benefit, you must be comfortable, sitting in a relaxed posture, relax the whole body, and close your eyes. Chant with nice rhythm and with clear pronunciation and intensity of feeling the mantra of Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Gradually, try to shift the chant from audible chanting to whispering chanting to mental chanting over the period of time. You may chant this mantra in whispering or mental form all day at any time and in any place. And this is the beauty. If you chant this mantra, you have what we call divine companionship with you all the way. In certain traditions, you will hear of, the devotee walking, and then the footprints in the sand, and the Lord is walking alongside them. Here you have the Lord being within you, being part of you, taking, control over your whole body. So you have the Lord with you, walking the same steps as you are. Can you imagine what confidence that gives you within yourself? It gives you so much confidence that you would no longer need to give someone your opinion. You would no longer want to have an argument with someone, because you have the Lord not on your side, but you have the Lord within you. Try this sometime, and you're tempting to get into a heated discussion with someone. Don't have the discussion, but close your eyes and mention the name of Sri Ram. The other person will get defeated right away, because they have no way of attacking the Sri Ram inside of you. And what are the benefits of chanting this beautiful mantra? This is the easiest form of meditation for those who do not have what we call proper spiritual masters or yoga classes or guidance. This powerful yet simple chanting immediately improves your health of the aspirant. clear complexion, you got a beautiful face if you're a young lady or one of my sisters on the screen. Your face would glow with lightness. You would have a beautiful body. You will smell nice. You would have a pleasant voice, not a screeching, argumentative voice. You would have, there would be slight exertion on anything and gradual improvement of the physical and mental health as indicated. Devotees, when to chant this mantra can be chanted in any time and in any place, but it is advisable to practice it regular every day, either early in the morning or before sleep at night. So devotees, let us chant, go into the chanting of the mantra. Let us start with what we call the Beej Mantra. Om Ram Ramaya Namaha. Again. Om Ram Ramaya Namaha. Om Ram Ramaya Namaha. Please close your eyes and we chant. Om Ram Ramaya Namaha. Om Ram Ramaya Namaha. Salutations to that power, to that energy, to that supreme creator that resides within me in the name of Sri Ram, the protector and the bestower of happiness. And this is what, as you chant this name, you imagine and you draw in all the happiness that you want and expel all of those negativities that is within you. Then the main mantra, Shri Rama, Jaya Rama, Jaya Jaya Ram, Shri Rama, Jaya Rama, Jaya Jaya Ram. And remember what we said was the meaning of this beautiful mantra, Shri Ram, Jai Jai Ram, is that when you mention the name Rama and Jaya, you're shooting out or you're placing into the ethos or into the universe, you're continually expanding your power to achieve greatness. Your power becomes when combined with Rama, which means you are as powerful or as resplendent as the sun, and Jaya means you have victory over health, you have victory over wealth, you have victory over relationship, you have victory over your own self. You have truly conquered yourself. Om Ramaye Ramabhadraye Ramachandraye Vedase Raghunathaye Nathaya Sitaye Patiye Namah. Shri Rama Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Ram. Let's clasp our hands. Shri Rama Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Ram. Shri Rama Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Ram. And the second meaning, Ram symbolizes the fire that burns our karma. Believe you me, Sri Rama's name has the power to burn all of the negativities in your life. He has the blessings and he has this power to make your life different from what it was. The moment you believe in the power of this name of Sri Ram, your life changes from forever. Grace is greater than karma. Blessing is greater than karma. Rama's power, this arrow can destroy janam to janam of negativities that you have accumulated. And this is the gift of our rishis to you. This is the gift of your birth to you. The gift of the name of Ram. पायो जी मैंने राम रतन धन पायो, पायो जी मैंने राम रतन धन पायो। वस्तु अमोलिक दी मेरी सतगुरु, Ram Ratan Dhanapaya. Devotees, this gift is the most unmol, it's the most valuable, the most eternal gift that you may ever have. Is this free name of Sri Ram? It is free to you. But like all things, the greatest things that you will ever experience in your life is that which is free. Goswami Tulsidas concludes, राम नाम मनि दीप धरू, जी हदे हरिद्वार, तुलसी भीतर बाहरो, जो चाहसी उजियार। राम नाम मनि दीप धरू, जीव दे हरिद्वार, तुलसी भीतर बाहरो, जो चाहसी उजियार। I encourage you to look at Doha 21 of Balkand. It has this beautiful Doha that says the most invaluable thing you can put on your lips is the name of Sri Ram. And finally, devotees taking the name of Sri Ram. Akara. Akara madhura manohara do, varna vilochana jana jiya joyu, sumirat sulva sukda sab kahu, lokalahu paraloka nibahu. Here, Goswami Tulsidas is paying obeisance to this name, the power of this name. Both the letter and the songs are sweet and attractive. They are the two eyes, as it were, of the alphabet, and the very life of the devotee, easy to remember and delightful to one and all. They bring gain here and provide sustenance thereafter. Devotees, there is no greater gift that we can share with each other than the name of Sri Ram. May this mantra be with you. May you always be blessed to want this name, and this name be available to you the moment you need it. Whatever the difficulties you are, whatever the tribulations you are facing, this one word, and remember, it is not word that is tied to any religion. It is not tied to any creed. It is not tied to any shape or form, because it's a word that has energy and power. Ram, 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 Ram. Devotees, as of today, bless yourself that whenever you're hearing Rama's name, whether you're doing Ramayana chanting, you're doing Ramayana arti, when you hear Rama's name, be attached to it, add to your divinity. Devotees, may the blessings of Sri Ram, we would not take this name for granted anymore. For in mentioning this word of the name of Sri Ram, I would conclude and says, you have the blessings of Pawan Putra Hanumanji. Is that whenever you mention Sri Ram name, automatically Hanumanji takes his presence. And as I close, Katha so amrita ho to hai, suno veer Hanuman, आय के आसन लीजिए, सिया सहित भगवान, सिया भजु रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय, बोलिए शिव शंकर भगवान की जय। ओम शांति शांति शांति। Devotees, with the permission of Bhagwan Sri Ram and with your permission, I bring this broadcast to an end, and may all of you continue to be truly, truly blessed. Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om, Tat Sat.